Peace, love, light, clarity to everyone who watches this. First off, I just want to say just experience, have fun, take what serves you, and don't judge. Just sit back and just listen. Um, the topic that me and my guys chose to talk about is going to be intuition. I find intuition to be something very important that we all have. And basically, what I'm going to do in this chapter is pretty much talk about intuition a little bit just to bring clarity for everyone. So, first thing, I have it written down here: intuition. Intuition is instinctive knowing, a natural ability or power that makes it possible to know something without any proof or evidence, a feeling that guides a person to act a certain way without fully understanding why, something that is known or understood without proof or evidence. So that's a definition of intuition. Now, for some of you, I'll give you an example of intuition because some people may say, I don't have intuition, or this one girl I know has intuition. We all have intuition. One of the things that stuck out in this definition was that it's a natural ability, so everyone has it. Um, Example: you ever done something that you know you probably was like, maybe I shouldn't do that, but you do it anyways, and then everything hits the fan, and you're like, gosh, something told me not to do that. That's intuition. Okay. Say for example, you're talking to your best friend Heather, and Heather's talking about her boyfriend, her new boyfriend, Bobby. And as she's talking to you about Bobby, you don't feel good about Bobby. And you just know, something's not right with him. You're just not feeling it. That's intuition. Okay. Another simple example would be, hmm, something very simple that all of us use. Someone just tells you something, and you just off the bat know what the answer, like you already know how it's going to turn out. Someone says, I was thinking of doing this, I was thinking of going here, but then when I was doing that, and you just know you hit something, whatever, or she fell and she says, oh my gosh, I fell, and you're like, in your head you're like, yeah, no, but you have to act like you didn't know, you have to act all surprised. So that's a simple example of intuition. um, how to use your intuition. The best way I can tell you of how to use your intuition is pretty much just listen to that small voice. That voice that's telling you maybe you shouldn't do this. Maybe even if it's not a voice, it could be a feeling. Something telling you maybe not to do this. An example of that would be, say for example, we all make decisions every day. So before you make a decision, just take, you know, 7 seconds to ask yourself, how does this if how does me making this decision feel right now? If it feels good, go with it. If it's something you're like not sure, listen to that and maybe do a little bit more research before you make the decision. Um, Another example of how to use your intuition is pretty much just listening to what comes to you when one is talking to you or when it's regarding a decision. Listen to your feeling or what just comes to you. If you're not sure and it just comes to you, maybe ask a question. you know what I mean by that is someone talking to you about something that they feel, and you just ask them, hey, um, you know how is your brother doing? And they're like, oh my gosh, my brother's this, and this. And there's like, how did you know? And you're just like, I don't know, I just knew. So that's the way to use it, in basically to help and understand and connect with people. Um, the purpose of your intuition. Um, to me, I describe it in the basic term as it's a compass or it's a GPS for your life. If you're on the right path, the right track, if you're off track, if you're not, um, things to be aware of, um, things you may want to listen to, things like that. So pretty much what I'm gonna pretty much talk about right now is your higher self, and this connects with your intuition. You may be wondering what's your higher self, and you know your higher self. I wrote it down. Your higher self is pretty much the part of you that is connected to all that is. In other words, it's an extinction of you're an extinction of source. So that part of you is connected to, and by source I mean God, um, Great Spirit, um, anything, what have you. Um, Pretty much that extinction or that connection to Him, source, if you will. It's better for me to say source. So your connection to source. Um, Source, that part of you knows why you came here, um, why you. Some people won't believe this, but you chose to come here. Your purpose here. Um, let's see. An example of what your higher self is. I'm just gonna keep it as just that part of you that just knows everything about this life and about this. So the reason why I bring the higher self into this. So use a quick example with higher self, intuition, and you here. Your higher self, by it knowing everything, when you are on your right path, everything goes well. When you're not, you get feelings or things just doesn't go right. So to stop all of that and keep you on the right track, intuition kicks in. Um, your higher self, I guess you can say, alerts you or lets you know, or it gives you feelings to keep you in the right direction. To understand that in a very simple way, I'm going to make this very easy for you. iPhone, higher self. GPS and Siri, intuition, and you. Phone, higher self. Siri, GPS. So if you're going, in my case, to, I don't know, Fort Lauderdale, you're going to take the GPS or use the GPS to pretty much get in the right direction to go wherever your destination is going. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to want to possibly listen to that GPS to figure out to go the right direction. And that's pretty much a best example I can tell you about with your intuition. Listening to the GPS to get you in the right direction of the destination that you're trying to reach. And it'll be best if you did listen. Because if you didn't listen to the GPS and you went, I don't know, you got off the exit and went here over yonder, then you completely off course. And that's a waste of gas, and I mean that's time, and I mean, but if you can afford that, by all means do that. But the right thing to do. So that's an example, and that's pretty much where I'm gonna end it. Um, Reason being is because I want to teach you how to meditate, and I believe the best way to communicate and build that connection to your higher self is through meditation. But before I even get you to connecting to your higher self, I'm just going to teach you simply just how to meditate, which is really easy. And just to give you a little knowledge on meditation. Meditation is really good for you. There's many benefits you can research. Um, it's very relaxing. Um, you're able to clear your mind. Um, One thing that I've learned is medication. If you do the research, medication actually means medicating the mind. Um, there's many different benefits for it. I'm not gonna list them all, but personally, for me, when I meditate, it helps me to go inside and get the answers that I need. So before we even get into all of that, let me just teach you the basics of meditating. So if you can, um, if you're not bothered and you can get away, the kids aren't bothering you, the husband or wife isn't calling you, and you don't have nothing to do, and you have the free time, I would say just relax, get in a place where you can't be disturbed, and just, simply, if you would like to pause this before we go to the next, simply relax. Okay, so once you relax, just close your eyes and just breathe. You're going to do three, I like to do three deep inhales, exhales, to just relax the body. So to begin, releasing all tension in the body. And then the last one, inhale as much as you can, hold it for 2 seconds, and just release. Now, once you've done that, just keep your eyes closed, and what you want to do is bring all of your attention to your breath. You're going to count your breath. You're going to have maybe lots of thoughts that may come through, a lot of things about your day, and that will happen, but just bring all your attention back to your breath. The goal and the intention is to clear your mind, just so you can have your mind clear, just getting your mind quiet just for a few. And this is pretty much a step to get you to the next step of things that I'll be discussing later on in the future. But just simply relaxing and just counting your breath. And just to give you an example, I'll count to 3, counting my breath, and just relaxing and quieting my mind. So 1, 2, 3. And that's just an example of you counting your breath. You don't necessarily have to do it, as long as I did. You can just breathe normally, just counting to your breath. Here's a funny thing I'm going to share before I end this. I've heard this before, and I'm just going to tell you. I don't even know why I'm going to say this, but when you meditate, you're not praying to Buddha. You're just relaxing your mind. Someone told me that, and I just cracked up and just bust out laughing. So you're really just simply just relaxing your mind, and also to set you at ease. You've meditated slightly many times before, rather it being, you're at work, someone just peed you off, and you're angry, and you're sitting down wherever you are, and you're just like taking like 20 seconds just to breathe. So you don't go and like beat up your boss and or do crazy stuff like you think of doing, and you don't want to get fired. So what you do is you take them 20 seconds to not get fired and whatnot. So that's a form of meditation. When you ride your bike or exercise and you really get really into it and your mind is just so clear, that's a form of meditation. Um, when your kids just broke the vase in the living room, and you take those 3 seconds, to just remember that you love them, and that you created them, and then that's just life, and you love them, and that's your future. You take those seconds and you meditate, you breathe. So that's a form of meditation too. So there's many other ways, but we'll keep it simple like that. So by the way, I have a funny side, so that was my funny side. And also for those who are already up there, who knows all these things, just remember these are just the basics that I'm teaching. Um, so just thank me for helping your friend next door who knows nothing about this. So thank you. Just mess with you. But so that's all we'll talk about for today. Part 2 will be coming out very soon. I'll just teach you how to connect with your higher self. So on that note, you all have a very good day, good night. Peace, love, clarity to you. You're all important. You're all a blessing to the world. And keep your dreams alive. I felt like I needed to say that. If you have dreams, focus on your dreams and getting them done. So that's a message that I was told to tell. So have a good week.